What if your body was a gift and contribution to your life and not something that you've been stuck with? What if your body could change quickly and easily? Right Body for You will inspire you and show you a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Now here's your host, Donnielle.
And welcome to Right Body for You. This is Donnielle. I am your host of Right Body for You. I am also your facilitator of the Right Body for You workshops and the writer of the first chapter of Right Body for You, the book. And it kind of feels like the ringleader of the Right Body for You book club that we're doing. Right at the top, I wanted to invite you guys to explore this Right Body for You book club with me again. We're doing 14 weeks in a row. We just did week 7 yesterday. So we're halfway through, but don't let that stop you or deter you or anything. You can join in at any time. There's replays you can catch up or listen to whenever you'd like. And you can also just start now. Each week is a self-contained chapter. And I tell you what, yesterday's chapter was on food. Holy mackerel. I mean, wow. It was freaking intense. I finished recording the clearings that came off of the call just right before the show, and they're still intense. So we are definitely changing the world with this, and I'm so excited to have so many people. We have almost 1,000 people. Come on, you guys, sign up. Wouldn't it be fun to be the 1,000th person that signed up for this? But we have almost 1,000 people signed up for this, and it is the energy and the change that it's creating is quite palpable. So please do check that out. You go to Right Body for You Book Club, The Continuing Story on Facebook and sign up. Or you can go to DonnielleCarter.accessconsciousness.com, and I believe it's there. And if not, it will be very shortly again. Okay. So, and it's free. I forgot that part. It's free for all. Just have the book, read the book, join in the discussions, listen to the calls, all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's free. Just have the book. So, hope to see you guys on the call. And when I mean on the call, I mean on the call. It's a Zoom thing, so you can call in with video. One thing I hear a lot people tell me on the radio show is they wish they could see my expressions that are going with the funny voices. Well, now you can. So check it out. Okay. All right, so today we are talking about, is this tool broke? Hello, is this tool broke? You've learned an amazing tool. You've seen it create so much change for so many people. You know, you get all those testimonials. It's like, oh my gosh, I did this and it changed my life. I just did this one thing and my whole life changed. I did this one thing and my body changed. I did this one thing and I was happy. I did this one thing, I got $10,000. You know, we hear this kind of stuff all the time. So you're excited. You're like, okay, let's do it. And you eagerly start to use it and you follow the rules. You do steps. It's like, okay, I do this and this and this and this and this. And then nothing. Nothing changes. No big change. You feel the same. Your life feels the same. And you sit there and you're like, what the freak is going on? Or whatever F word you want to use. Why is this not working? And then you get that fun whine, you know, like in the why is, you know, one of those funny words that kind of has that whine sound to it where you're like, why is it not working? Why? Right? Then you begin to think, maybe you're broken. Maybe I'm broken. This tool has worked for so many people, and it's not working for me. I'm beyond help. I should just give up. And then secretly you begin to hope that it's the tool that's broken and not you. It's like, okay, well, maybe it's the tool. If it's the tool, then it's not me. Oh, please let this tool be broken. Please let it not work for my body type. Please let it not work for it's it's reached its quota of people it can help, and I'm just past that. So, oh crap! Hopefully it's not me. Hopefully it's the tool, or these other people were lying. The change was just going to happen anyways, and it's not going to change for me. What if it's none of those things? What if it's something else entirely? Okay. I actually see this quite often. I see people do this. It's like, well, so-and-so, this changed, and then this person said this, and they did this, and nothing's changed, and I know this is a tool. I mean, even with the light-heavy tool, I hear people all the time like, I know the light-heavy tool works, but it just doesn't work for me. I don't have a clear understanding of it. I don't know what it is. And then, another thing, and like with working, communicating with their body, they're like, I don't get it. I don't hear it. My body hates me. It's not talking to me. And I hear this a lot from people. And so I really started asking questions with this. I'm like, okay, so if you are, it's like, okay, the light heavy tool, I don't get it. It doesn't work for me. I started asking questions with this for other people as well as me. It's like, okay, so what is really going on here? Which, coincidentally, is one of my favorite questions. What's really going on here? And what was interesting is a memory came up. Because remember, I've said to you guys before, energetic communication comes in so many different ways, right? It comes up as feelings. It comes up as sensations. It comes up as tears. It could come up as giddy, laughter. It could come up as head lightness. And sometimes it comes up as memories, okay? Doesn't always necessarily mean that your mind is just wandering. Sometimes it comes up as memories. So as I was asking this question, I'm like, okay, so what's really going on here? Is it do the tools have an expiration date? Have they reached their quota? I'm like, what is really going on here for these people who all these amazing tools that I myself have used or have seen people use, and it's not creating an awareness or it's not creating a change? I'm like, okay, so what's really going on here? And the memory that came up was I had a conversation, about over 7.5 years ago, with our dear friend Susie Godsey, who does the Talk to the Animals whispering. She does Talk to the Animals. She's been on our show. I've been on hers. We're going to have her on again. And we were in St. George, Utah. We were at a level 2 and 3, which is what the Choice of Possibilities Access Consciousness class was then. We were at this class in St. George, Utah, and somehow the subject of gambling came up. And I was talking to her. I'm like, you know what? It's so funny. I've had to stop gambling. Well, let me explain. In St. George, Utah, no, we don't have gambling, but St. George, Utah is 30 minutes away from the Nevada border. And so my mom and her husband and I used to go to the city mesquite that was just 30 minutes away, right over the border of Nevada, do some gambling, have a good dinner, have some gambling and things like that. So I told Susie this. I'm like, well, I've had to stop gambling. And she's like, well, why is that? She's like, I thought you enjoyed it. I thought you were making money at it. I said, well, I was. But ever since I started doing Access, I haven't won. I do nothing but lose. And I'm like, which really seems backwards, right? And she kind of looked at me. She goes, so did you conclude that the more aware you were, the more that you should be able to know which machines are paying out? And I just kind of looked at her, and I had to chuckle because I was like, well, yes. Yes, I had. I had decided, judged, concluded, which is all those endpoints of energy, that the more aware I become, which means, the more classes I was taking, the more I was pod pocking, the more I was becoming clear on things, then the more that I would automatically be able to win, make more money, know which machines are going to pay out, know when to stop, know when to start, all those kind of things. And it was really interesting. And I was like, so I have decided and judged something. Okay. So this is the awareness of this is just the first step. Okay. So it's like these tools in your life that aren't quote unquote working for you. My first question to you is, have you already decided, judged, or concluded that it will work? Or have you already decided, concluded, and judged that it won't work? Okay? Anytime you decide, conclude, and judge about anything, that it will work or it won't work, you cut off actually what is possible. You start to cut off the awareness. You start to cut off the possibility. Okay? So you could have the greatest tool in the world, but if you decided it's going to be the thing that creates the change, you limit what's possible. Okay? And that's just the first aspect of this. So all the decisions, judgment, conclusions, and computations you have, all the decisions, judgments, and conclusions you have about how the tools, any tools, not just access tools, but any tools will work or won't work. Truth, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, apocalypse, night, shorts, boys, and beyond. And there is an example of the access consciousness verbal processing, because Right Body for You is a division of access consciousness. And access consciousness works on the energetic level, okay? If we could have thought our way out of this a long time ago, trust me, we would have. I myself am a great former thinker. I only took value in the thinking, and I thought a lot. I thought about ways to change things, and nothing changed. But once I started working on these energetic blocks, with access consciousness tools, everything began to change. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the verbal processing of access consciousness. Just know that if you have a desire for it to change, it will. And you can go to theclearingstatement.com and read up all about it. Dr. Dane here is on there. I think Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, is on there. And he can help you. He explains it all. He's pretty cool that way. All right, so we're going to take our first little break. When we come back, we're going to explore more of this, what happens after you decide, conclude, or judge that it will or won't work, what happens then energetically, and what you could do to change it, okay? This is Right Body for You. I'm Donnielle, and we're on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world and to like yourself a lot more? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer. It's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. This is Donnielle. Welcome to a different type of show with a different kind of host. And it's interesting because, today we're talking about, is this tool broken? And I've gone through the whole first segment, and I haven't mentioned bodies yet. And, that's something people ask me a lot about. They're like, well, how can you talk about nothing but bodies each week? Does that not just get boring? Hello. Which that in right there kind of tells you something about their point of view about bodies, right? But here's the thing with bodies is it's a symbiotic relationship with your body and your life and your body. And, I get to facilitate these Right Body for You workshops all over the world. The next one is in Toronto, Canada, and it's September 16th through the 18th. And what's interesting is these Right Body for You workshops is, Right Body for You. They're about the body. And you know what? People's life changes. As we're doing these book clubs, people's life are changing. It's not just their body. And what's interesting is sometimes people get massive change with their bodies. And you know what? And sometimes their body doesn't change, but their point of view around their body changes. But either way, their life is changing. It is such a symbiotic relationship between your body and your life. Honestly, I haven't seen one change without the other changing. And sometimes it's just your point of view changing around it. So when we talk about tools when we talk about things like this, is this tool broken? It applies to your life, it applies to your body. And that's one of the things that is the greatest difference in Right Body for You than any other modality I've seen, is that it actually takes your body into the contribution and the creation of your life, not just the destruction of your life, because I know I've worked with thousands of people all over the world, and so many people think that their body is the weak spot in their life, the thing that will eventually kill them. I know, I get the humor in that sentence. But that it's, it slows it down. It weaks. It's the weak chain in the lake. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. That type of thing. But what if your body could be so much more? Okay. And this tool broken applies so much to the body. Okay. So like in the first segment, I was giving you guys the example that I had decided and concluded and judged that the more aware I became, the more I would be able to gamble. I know this is a silly example, but really, how much do we do this in our lives? I decided that the more aware I became, the more clear I became, that I would know the machines to choose. Okay, so here's the funny thing about this is it is correct. The more you're functioning from your awareness, the more I could do like, oh, no, I shouldn't do that machine. Oh, I should do this machine. Okay? But there's knowing it, and then there's judging it. Okay? Knowing it has no conclusion. Knowing it has no stopping point in it. Knowing it is just, that is one possibility. Judging is, that is the only possibility. Okay? So when you decide to judge something like, of course I'm going to be a better gambler, hello, energetically you begin to limit what's possible. And so for me, while I looked at this and I went, yes, of course, the more aware I am, the more I could read the machines, read the heads of the card dealers and things like that. While that was true, when I started concluding about and judging it, I started turning off my awareness. So sometimes it could be that self-sabotage of like, oh, well, this tool is too good to be true, so I'm going to prove it false by not letting it work. And sometimes it's just that it is, we've cut off the awareness, okay? So say like you're, at a card table and you're reading somebody's mind about, should I cut, should I not? You're asking the cards, what card will you be next? You're asking the machine, when are you going to pay out? Things like that. Even if you're not doing self-sabotage, even if you're doing something, just deciding that you are the better gambler, the more aware you are, you when you cut off awareness, sometimes it just shows up as you miss it, okay? It's not a self-sabotage. Sometimes you just miss it because you're actually turning off that awareness, okay? So how do we do this with our body? Quite well and quite frequently, actually. Sometimes with the body, it's like, how many times have we decided, and I see this a lot, how many times have we decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to use this tool of ask the body for everything that it wants to eat, and then I'm going to be thin. It's just going to work. You see the kind of energy that's behind that? You see those places where it's like, it's just going to work. Okay. Sometimes it's not self-sabotage. Sometimes it's not that you miss something. Sometimes it's not, you're not clear on everything. And what I mean by that is when you have sorry, sometimes I can read the chat room at the same time as sometimes I can't. So when you have, this tool is going to work and then I'm going to be thin, the tool could work amazingly. Sometimes it's not even the tool, so much so that the tool would work if you let it, but it's not a self-sabotage. Sometimes if you haven't cleared some of the issues, quote-unquote issues, for lack of a better word, that is, like, say, what your extra weight's facilitating for you, you won't let the tool work as well because you're not ready for the change that the tool will create for you, okay? So what do I mean by that? It's like, okay, so I was working with this woman who is, as I was describing this, she wanted to lose some weight, okay? She talked to her body. She asked her body, hey, would you like to lose some weight? And like, yes, that would be funner, different clothes, men, all that kind of fun stuff, right? And so, we started off with this tool of body, what would you like to eat? Body, would you like to eat? Body, would you like to eat? And while her awareness of body, what would you like to eat, and her communion with body, what would you like to eat, was getting easier. And what's cool about that is she was like, okay, I'm eating what my body wants to eat, and you know what? I'm not losing weight. And what's interesting is she had actually hidden that from me as well. Let me take a step back, because she had said to me, I want to work on communion with my body. Okay, when we first started sessions, private sessions, that's what it was. I want to work on communion with my body. I said, okay. And so, we started off with this body, would you like to eat, and that kind of stuff. So when she came back all frustrated to me, and she was like, I'm not losing weight. I'm like, excuse me? She's like, I asked my body if it would like to lose weight. It said yes. And so I came to you and I started doing sessions about body, body communion. And I started doing body, what would you like to eat? She's like, and I'm doing that. I know I'm giving my body what it wants to eat. I feel better, but I'm not losing weight. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's look at this. See, she had decided and judged and concluded that body, what would you like to eat, was the one and only tool, the only thing she needed to do to be able to lose weight, okay? So we started looking at this. And one of the first things we discovered with her was that she had made losing weight a goal, okay? And remember, the original definition of goal is to hinder or impede or put in jail, okay? I did this great video, it's on my YouTube channel, that I did in front of the Cork County Jail in Ireland. And in their jail, they actually spelled it G-A-O-L. So, but with a hard G, it sounds like jail. So the original definition of goal is to hinder or impede or put in jail. So when you create a goal for something, like the goal is to lose weight, you start to hinder, impede, or put in jail what else is possible. Here we go again. You decided, you judged, you cut off awareness, you cut off possibility. And what was so interesting about this is she had such an intensity of energy on it that she wasn't even telling me during the first session that that's what was going on. She just did communion with her body, and I'm like, okay. And I could perceive there was something else there, but I asked the question, I'm like, do I bring this up now? It's like, what else freak is going on? And I got to know. And so I gave her the tool of ask your body for everything like to eat and what it would like to wear and, send her on her way. So with our next private session, she came to me and she's like, I'm supposed to be losing weight. And I'm like, oh, that's that energy. See, I had perceived this intensity, density in her energy. And I know that the reason the energy said not to bring it up was because she had to discover it for herself. Okay? She was hiding this goal of losing weight so much, not just from me, but she was also hiding it from the universe and herself, okay? She was hiding it from herself and the universe so much that she wouldn't even say it to me when she came to a session. She's just like, I want communion with my body. I'm like, okay, we can work on that. And I remember the slogan of Access Consciousness, empowering you to know that you know. So she had to be able to shift and change some energy. And what's cool is the tool of body, would you like to eat, and body, what would you like to wear that I gave her, while she's looking at it and going, this tool is broken, I'm not losing weight. What's really cool is the tool was working to the degree that she was getting clearer on the communication with her body and how she was functioning with her body, so much so that the energy was able to actually shift and change, and she was able to receive the information and really be vulnerable and look at that she had made a goal with losing weight, and that she had decided and judged that body, what would you like to eat, body, what would you like to wear, was the thing that was going to make it better, okay? So here we are, we have this goal, and so we look at that energy. I'm asking her, like, okay, so Truth, what have you decided and judged about this? Well, I've decided and judged that Right Body for You and Access Consciousness is the way that is going to change. I'm like, cool. So a couple of interesting things comes up with that also. One thing it does is it also, whenever you decided and judged a tool or a modality or a doctor or a healer of any sort is going to fix it, heal it, change it. Now, look at that. All of those things are outside of you. So what happens is sometimes you do this interesting thing where you go, okay, well, they're going to do it. I'm going to take a back seat. I'm just going to hang back here, and you let me know when it's all done. Have a good day. I'll be back. And, and that comes up, it's so funny. That comes up in my workshops all the time. People energetically leave their bodies behind. I'll start talking, and then literally it's like blank faces staring out at me, back at me from the audience. And I'm like, okay, I know you guys want me to podpoc your body, and thank you for the trust. Let's call it trust. And you guys have to do this for yourself. So sometimes in classes, I'll actually be like, okay, I invite all the infinite beings back to be present with their bodies so that we can all work on this together. So what's interesting is sometimes we look at these modalities or these healers and go, okay, do it for me. Please, 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 just do it for me. Thank you. What do you mean it's not working? Right? That's because you have to do it for you. Another person cannot do it for you. You have to do it for you. Okay? So, speaking of doing it for you, have to do it for you, we're going to take another quick little commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to explore a little bit more how this session went with this girl. And, it's kind of an interesting path down along the way to see where she got from, instead of concluding about the tools, but always being in question with the tools. Not question of like, oh my gosh, should I be using this? But question of what else is possible with this tool. Okay? All right. So this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We're on AtoZen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on AtoZen.fm.
What would you say if I told you that you could change your life in only 1 hour and all while lying down relaxing? Thousands of people all over the world have. What am I talking about? It's called Access Consciousness, the bars. The bars is an energetic body process that contains 32 different points on your head that when run assist you in releasing decisions about any area of your life that you have made solid and as a result cannot change. The bars is the first class in Access Consciousness, a dynamic set of tools and information designed to transform any area of your life. When you have a bars session, the worst that can happen is you feel like you had a fantastic massage. The best thing that can happen is your whole life could change. Go to accessconsciousness.com today to find a facilitator to schedule a private session or to find a bars class in your area. Are you willing to give yourself an hour to change your life?
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at AtoZen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle. And I'd really like to invite you to an upcoming workshop with a Right Body for You workshop. The next one is in Toronto, Canada. It is September 16th, 17th, and 18th. It's a 2.5-day workshop. And workshop is the word for it because we get in there, we use the tools, we explore the tools, and we really work with the bodies. The bodies are involved in this workshop. I know, sounds crazy, but it's true. The bodies are involved in the workshops. We start off with communicating with your body. I have some activities that I walk you through to help you rebuild that muscle of communication. We talk about bodies and eating, a couple of activities with that, to be able to help you actually begin to hear what your body is telling you. Bodies and money, bodies and earth, bodies and pain. And yes, folks, bodies and judgment. We talk about that throughout the entire 2.5 days. We also talk a lot about words and languaging. You know, what body are you creating with what words that you're using? And sex, sexualness, sexuality, intimacy, whatever comes up is what we talk about. There's a manual. And also, this one is live streamed. It is the last one that will be live streamed this year. So I had one in Australia for that kind of time zone, and then this one is in Toronto kind of for that time zone. So if you are desiring to live stream the Right Body for You class, if you can't get your sweet, adorable, luscious, yummy body to the room in Toronto so we can hug you, You can do it live streamed, and this will be the last live stream of the year. So this is it, folks. It's not the last workshop, but it is the last one live streamed, and it is the last one in North America. That one I do know for sure. The rest of them are in Europe. Austria, Vienna. There we go. There's the word. We have Vienna, Rome, England, Dubai, and India. But this will be the last one in North America. So please do check it out, September 16th through the 18th. We have fun, we laugh, we giggle, we change things with our bodies. Some people discover their bodies. You know, that's one thing I really love about the Right Body for You workshops is the number of people I've seen walking in going, I have a body? What are you talking about? I just came here. It's right something for you, right? I don't know what it is. Yes, I'm exaggerating, but the number of people I've seen walk in hardly acknowledging that they have a body and then leaving enjoying their body and either already changing or on the road to a major change with their body is so much fun for me and my body. So I hope you guys join us. September 16th through the 18th, you can go to DonnielleCarter.accessconsciousness.com. Check it out. 2 N's, 2 L's. Okay. In my name, Donnielle. Trust me, guys, these are the only things I say outside of my head. You should see the things that happen on the inside of my head. It's pretty funny. All right, so today we're talking about, is this tool broken? You know, you get this great tool, you start using it, and nothing changes. Or what you desire to change, it doesn't change. So what the freak is going on? Okay, so many things can go on with this. So before the break, I was talking about this woman who came to me for private sessions. In the first private session, she talked about doing communion with her body was what she requested. She had hidden so much the goal of losing weight that she didn't even admit that to me. It was just, I want to commune with my body. I'm like, okay, great. So, I gave her the tool, truth, body, what would you like to eat? Body, what would you like to wear? And then she decided, judged and concluded that that's what would make the change. So what's interesting is it didn't. She got mad. Not mad at me, but like mad at the tool, mad at herself, mad at her body. That fun loop that some of us tend to do. And so as we were talking about this, the goal came out that she wanted to lose weight, which is interesting because if she had been able to be vulnerable enough to say that in the first session, it might have changed something. But here's the thing. It's not a self-flagellation time. It's not that she wouldn't say it. It's that she couldn't say it during that first session, which is really interesting. But that's the thing is that she's decided and judged that the first tool I gave her, body, what would you like to eat? Body, what would you like to wear? Would lead to the weight loss. And while it didn't lead to weight loss, what it did lead to was the clarity of the goal that she had made, as well as she admitted. She's like, oh, yeah, I have a greater communion with my body. It's just not losing weight like it should. What the freak is going on? So we started asking more questions. So there was the first thing. There was like, okay, so she decided and judged that the tool, body, what would you like to eat, was going to change everything. And so she began to limit what was possible with that. Okay. So here's the other thing. Another question you guys can use is, truth, do I desire for this change that I'm asking? Okay. Do I desire for this change that I'm asking for? Because what was interesting is we started talking about this, and then another kind of funky energy came up. And I'm like, well, can I ask you a crazy question? And she's like, sure. She had that deer in the headlight looks like, oh crap, what's coming? I'm like, okay, so you said you've asked your body and your body wants to lose weight. She's like, yes. I'm like, okay. So, and it matched the energy. So I'm like, okay, cool. I said, so truth, do you, the infinite being, desire for your body to lose weight? And she just sat there for a second and she's like, oh shit. She's like, no, I don't. She's like, what's that about? And, we'll explore that in a minute. But what was interesting is because she had decided and concluded and judged that Body What Would You Like to Eat was going to help her lose weight, her being a massive, powerful, potent creator, she would allow portions of the tool to work that, she got more awareness, she, more communion with her body, more clarity, but she didn't actually desire the infinite being, desire the weight to come off. So she didn't allow that part of it. So it's like, also with these tools, truth, are you not allowing part of it to work because you don't desire it? Okay, so this is a great question. Truth, do I desire for this change that I'm asking for? Okay, and again, this isn't about self-flagellation. This isn't even about judging yourself. What it is about to get you to the clarity of where you're functioning from. Okay, remember, she had hidden from herself so much this goal of losing weight that she wasn't even telling me when she came to a session with it. But even buried deeper was the secret that she, the infinite being, didn't want to lose the weight. Okay? So this is where I go, okay, so truth, what is this weight facilitating for you? And this is where she looked at it for a second, and we used the tools and cleared the first layer. The Access Consciousness tools cleared the first layer. Then I'm like, okay, so truth, what is this weight facilitating for you? Facilitating, and the definition of facilitate is to ease or to assist or to create ease. So it's like, as much as we like to vilify things like, oh, it's extra weight, it's horrible. It's like, truth, what is this contributing to? What is it creating ease for you? What is it assisting with? And she looked at that and she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, I fit into my family. And I'm like, well, what do you mean do you fit into your family? I'm like, is your family is there a weight problem in your family? Or it's like, well, what do you mean you fit into your family? She's like, no. She's like, I'm the fat girl in my family. I'm like, oh, cool. So we just sort of uncreated any places she had bought that, she's a fat girl fulfilling that role and all that kind of stuff, right? And then I'm like, okay, so truth, what else is this facilitating for you? She's like, I have an excuse not to do things. I'm like, okay, cool. So everything that is destroyed and uncreated, right? Wrong, good, bad, pocket, nitrous, boys, and beyond. And so what's interesting is we went through some of these layers. It's like, okay, truth, what is it? Because folksies, I'd love to say it's only one thing, but you know what? It's not. It's never just one thing. It is multiple things. And so we went through more of these layers. I'm like, okay, truth, clear that. What else? What else? What else? What else? And she was coming up with things like she dated a guy in college who liked her fat. And so somewhere in there, she swore that it would still be that way. It's like, who are you creating your body for? And then some other things came up, some religion things, and it was really interesting. All of these places that she had concluded that having the extra weight was a good thing, a safe thing, a way to make a connection. And so what was interesting is, and so when she was using the tool, Body, What Would You Like to Eat, that I've seen, in myself included, create a lot of great change with weight, because all these other layers were in there, she wasn't able actually to allow the change because she was not desiring for it to change because of blah, 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 all the reasons that I told you and some of the ones that we haven't even got to yet. Okay? So this is one of my favorite things. It's like, this tool isn't working. Son of a bitch, I can't believe it. It's like, okay, truth. Do you desire the change that you're asking for? Just be vulnerable with it. Look at it. It's not about judging you. It's not about self-flagellation. It's just about getting clear about what you're functioning from, the secrets that you're trying to keep even from yourself. Okay? So truth, do you desire the change that you're asking for? See what comes up. All right. We're going to take our last little break. When we come back, we're going to chat a little bit more about this and see what what else is possible with tools when we actually desire them to work, okay? This is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We're on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
Check out the new ringtones from Access Consciousness.
What is it possible? What is it possible? Smoking hot. Smoking hot.
And everyone's favorite,
Take a pass. Take a pass.
download the latest and hottest accessory. Go to accessconsciousness.com/ringtones for all the details on how to download to your iPhone today.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle. And today we're talking about, is this tool broken? You know, we've seen people do these amazing things with these amazing tools, and then we get them in our hands, whether it's a diet plan, a doctor, a question, a different modality, whatever it is. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Here comes the change. And then nothing. What the freak is going on? Lots of things. This is one of those shows that I really hope you listen to again, because it's not just one thing. You know, it could be self-sabotage. It could be things like you decided, concluded that the tool will work, and so because you're cute and you're humanoid, you go, well, watch it not work. I'm going to be the one exception to the rule, and it's not going to work for me. Or, you know, I gave you kind of a case study of this woman I was doing some private sessions with, and she let the tool only work partially because she had hidden from herself that she didn't actually desire the change that was possible with the tool, and yet she blamed the tool. And then, to finish with that, so once she got clear of the secrets that she was keeping from herself and looking at what the extra weight was facilitating, well, you know what happens next, folks. When she got clear of it and she was like, okay, yes, the infinite being is ready for the weight to come off, and the body is ready for the weight to come off. You know what came off? The weight. It was one of the easiest things she could do. She's like, oh my gosh, everything was just changed when I was ready for it and my body was ready for it. Yes, exactly. So sometimes it's not the tool, it's you. But sometimes we only allow partial because we're afraid of what change might come we're afraid what change might come with the use of the tool. Some people I work with bodies, healing diseases, not just weight, but healing diseases. And their life is complete in a way with the disease or the weight that they kind of fear what's on the other side. And again, these are some of those secrets that we keep from ourselves. It's like, well, my life would change. If I was healed, I wouldn't get the assistance. I wouldn't get the attention, or I would have to go back to work, or I don't know what's on the other side, but it kind of scares me what might be on the other side. So I'm just going to not allow this tool to work. I'm going to not allow this change so that my life can go on as it is. Okay? Because that's one thing you guys really want to look at is, truth, do you desire the change that you're asking for? Because one thing you've got to be clear on with these tools, the tools are great, but it's you who are the creator. It's you who are the potent mofo that is either allowing this or not allowing this. Okay? So if you have this amazing tool and it's not working for you, truth, what is really going on here? Truth, do you desire the change that you're asking for? And again, not for judgment or self-flagellation, but it's like you're the potent creature. You can make a tool work or you can make a tool not work. So if it's not working, what's really going on? Sometimes it is. It's just not the right tool for the job. Absolutely. And then sometimes it's some of these other factors that we talked about during the show. So that's why one of my favorite questions is really, truth, what's going on here? What's going on? And then, be present with it and allow the awareness to come through, because sometimes it might surprise you. Like this woman I was working with, she wanted to blame the tool. See, asking the body what it likes to eat doesn't work because I didn't lose weight. Oh, wait, it was all these other things. Okay, I get it. The tool wasn't broken, and she wasn't broken either. She was actually quite potent. Everywhere you've misidentified, misapplied, broken as potency, and potency is broken, truth, discern, ungrade it, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, fucking nature, boys and downs, because trust me, you not allowing the tool to work is proof of potency, not proof of brokenness. Okay? So please check it out. Truth, what is going on here? And if you would like a private session with me, please let me know. Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. We can check dates and times. We do it over phone or Skype, whatever works for you. It is recorded. You are sent the recording. And please do check out the Right Body for You workshops. Like I said, the next one is September 16th through the 18th in Toronto, Canada, North America. Interesting, I put an L in there. The last one in North America this year, and it is live streamed, and it will be the last live streamed one. So I hope you can get your cute little bodies to the Canada so I can hug you, but if not, please do consider streaming it. It's an interactive stream. You can ask questions. I see you, you see me. And so you are actually a part of the class. You're not just a voyeur. If you do want to be a voyeur, that's a different conversation. But please do consider checking it out. And again, you can go to Donnielle Carter, Donnielle, Carter.accessconsciousness.com to sign up to register. And you can also look for my other dates. Like I said, Rome, London, Dubai, Vienna, and India are also coming up before the end of the year. And check out the Right Body for You book club. Week 7 was yesterday. It was all about food. Holy crap. Few people have a few points of view about food. Let me tell you what. A little bit of unconsciousness on that one. Oh, yeah. But you know what? It was also quite a potent call. So it's free for all. Just have the book, read the book, join in the conversation. We would love to have you. It's a lot of fun. It's a Zoom event, so I get to see you. You get to see me. We have almost 1,000 people. And hey, don't you want to be that 1,000th person that signs up? Wouldn't that be cool to be like, I was number 1,000. Woo woo! How fun would that be? So please do check it out. Donnielle Carter.accessconsciousness.com or the Facebook group, Right Body for You Book Club, The Continuing Story, to find the registration link. Okay, guys, remember, make it a fun week. Make it a happy week. Enjoy your body because it's enjoying you. And I hope to see you guys all here next week because I will be. Till then, have a great one, folks. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for listening to Right Body for You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm. We hope you and your body will join us.